Hi, I am Natasha Umar with the news update on North Central Television. We start the news from Abuja, the nation's capital, where reactions have continued to trail the 60th Independence Day speech by President Muhammadu Buhari, as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has advised the president and his regime to stick to facts when criticizing previous administrations. Buhari had in his Independence Day anniversary nationwide address, singled out People's Democratic Party administrations beginning from Obasanjo's in 1999, up to that of President Goodluck Jonathan in 2015, of presiding over the near destruction of Nigeria. According to the president, none of his predecessors achieved what his regime was currently achieving with the scarce resources available. Atiku in his response defended economic decisions taken by the President Olusegun Obasanjo-led administration, in which he served as a vice president. In a tweet on his verified Twitter handle, @Atiku, on Friday, the former vice president wrote, between 1999 and 2007, Nigeria paid off her entire foreign debt while maintaining an unprecedented 6% annual GDP growth. Those were periods of national restoration, and I am very proud of the work President Obasanjo and I did, for this nation we care so much for. Facts don't lie. And from the north-central Nigeria, state governments in the region are employing measures to halt the perennial flooding ravaging parts of the zone, and alleviate the sufferings of the victims. Torrential rains accompanied by strong winds have in recent weeks claimed many lives, destroyed hundreds of houses and washed away farmlands and domestic animals in the sub-region. The catastrophe compelled the governments in the zone to take steps to avert further flooding and provide succor to the affected people, such as temporary shelters, food and medicines. Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule ordered the immediate evacuation of persons whose houses had been submerged by flood in Nasarawa, headquarters of Nasarawa local government area, and also directed that foodstuff, mattresses and other relief items be provided to the victims. The governor, whose spokesperson, Ibrahim Adra, had visited the ancient town, sympathized with the people over the incident, and urged them to desist from erecting structures on waterways as well as stop indiscriminate dumping of refuse in the drains. A traditional ruler in Adavi local government area of Kogi State, Alhaji Nasiru Momo, and 30 other prominent individuals have been detained at the State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, Lokoja, over unconfirmed crimes. The Kogi State Police Public Relations Officer, William Iyer, on Friday, confirmed the development but refused to give further details, while there are speculations that the arrest might be connected with the planned council elections in the state. Further investigations revealed that the traditional ruler and those elected were not comfortable over an alleged planned imposition of an unpopular candidate by the All Progressives Congress, APC, ahead of the planned council elections in the state, while rooting for a chairmanship aspirant perceived not to be the anointed candidate of the state governor, in the council poll slated to hold on the 12th of December. The traditional ruler and the others detained were said to have been invited for a meeting by the police but have been in detention since last Tuesday, allegedly on the order of the current council leader, who is also the senior special advisor on security to the state governor. And from Kwara State, north-central Nigeria, the Judicial Panel of Inquiry on the finance of the 16 local government areas in Kwara State has said allegations that the state government diverted or deducted 300 million naira monthly from local government funds since May 2019 to date are false and baseless. The state governor, Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak, had on August 11 inaugurated a panel to investigate the allegations of diversion of local government funds, or borrowings from the bank to pay salaries of local government workers. Submitting its report to the governor late Wednesday, the panel also said it found no evidence that the administration has borrowed to pay salary or pension since it was inaugurated on May 29, 2019, after 35 witnesses testified before the panel, while several documents were produced and tendered by them. The governor, with members of the panel, stated that the memorandum from a civic group, the Elite Network for Sustainable Development, which had earlier raised concerns over misappropriation of funds, were all based on incomplete information, sourced from the internet and social media. To some other news stories. The federal government has directed the reopening of universities, polytechnics and colleges of education in the country. Tertiary institution regulatory agencies like the National Universities Commission (NUC), National Commission for Colleges of Education (NCCE), and National Board for Technical Education (NBTE) have also directed tertiary institutions to reopen. The Minister of Education, Malam Adamu Adamu, who addressed a press conference in Abuja, said the decision to reopen schools was sequel to the declining number of infections, following a review of COVID-19 situation in Nigeria. Still on education-related issues. The Kano Zonal Coordinator of the Association, Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, Mahmoud Lawan, has called for the adoption of the University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS, in the country. He made the call in a statement issued in Kano on Thursday at the end of its meeting held at the Federal University, DUSE, in opposition to the federal government's directive on their enrollment in the IPPIS scheme, insisting that it violated the university autonomy, and proposed UTAS as alternative to the IPPIS. Lawan urged the federal government to immediately release the salaries of their members and stop playing politics with the ongoing 6-month-old industrial action. They urged the federal government to investigate the matter, noting that payment of salaries to its members was suspended in the past 3 months, while calling for the provision of revitalization fund, completion of renegotiation exercise and adoption of UTAS to end the strike. The Court of Appeal in Abuja on Friday upturned the August 17, 2020 verdict of the Bayelsa State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal, which had sacked Governor Duoyi Diri from office, and ordered fresh poll to be conducted within 90 days. A 5-man panel of the Court of Appeal led by Justice Adezila Mshelia set aside the tribunal's verdict, and affirmed Diri's election in its judgment delivered on Friday, the 2nd of October. A 3-man election petition tribunal sitting in Abuja had, in a split decision of 2-1, nullified the November 16, 2019 Bayelsa State Governorship election, as a result of the exclusion of the Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party, ANDP, and its candidate, King George, from the exercise. The Court of Appeal upheld the appeals on Friday by holding that ANDP was not unlawfully excluded from the election, as there was enough evidence to show that the case of the ANDP was statute barred, with the party having not filed its petition within 14 days as stipulated by law. And on the foreign scene, the U.S. presidential candidate of the Democratic Party, Joe Biden, has reacted to the news of President Donald Trump and his wife contracting COVID-19. Biden, who is Trump's main challenger in the November presidential election, in a tweet on Friday, stated that he and his wife sends their regards to the president and his wife, wishing them a swift recovery. Trump had announced on Friday that he and his wife, Melania, have tested positive for COVID-19, and will be quarantined for the recovery process to begin. Former Vice President Joe Biden and his wife submitted for a COVID-19 test and returned negative on Friday morning, after President Donald Trump, Melania Trump, and Hope Hicks, a senior advisor to the president, tested positive for the virus. That's the news update on North Central Television. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, for up-to-date news and interesting programs. Thanks for watching. I am Natasha Umar.